I've got a job here. I've got 3 of these throttle bodies. I'm not sure they're off. They've got Del Auto on them. And what I've got to do is, there's some bearings in the end of here. Roller bearings, and I've got to try and replace them. Now somebody's already had to go and pull the end off. Had they not have done that, you can get a little bearing extractor that goes in there, expands and pulls them out. But unfortunately they've had to go. So all I'm going to try and do is cut the shell of the bearing out using a little carbide burr and a little high speed die grinder, and then I should flick it in, pull that out, clean up, dress up any damage, and I'll make a little tool for pressing the bearings in. There the bearings would go in there, lovely little needle roller bearing. I'll bring the camera in so you can get a closer look at the end of this. Right, so that's it there, and that's the bearing that goes in there. All the needle rollers have come out, and all I'm left with is the hardened outer shell. So we'll get the grinder so we can cut that out. That's the cutter there, the sort of thing a dentist would use. Right, I did see a little puff of aluminium there, which means I've actually broke through. So now we're going to try and break the side of the shell in. Without doing too much damage to the actual housing. You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs, as they say. So it's starting to feel with pain and bend there. Any light damage I do to this housing I'll be able to clean up, no problem at all. We've got to get it out, it's just, that's as simple as that, it's got to come out. Bastard. It's trying to. Kind of moving around a little bit. Man, we've got it certainly on the move now. Very cooperative, is it? Oh, that's it, like pulling the tooth out. Splendid. Very little damage being done in there, if any. Just take any rags off. I've got a little piece of fine emery tape on a drill just to try and put in there to knock any burrs off it. Right, that looks pretty good. And we'll settle for that. I think what I'll do is I'll take the urn out and then I'll put these in a bucket of really hot water just to expand them a little bit to make it easier for the bearings to go in. Yeah, they're going to be quite a tight fit. And I will of course make a little mandrel to knock them in with. I've got the manifold sitting in some boiling water, some really hot water, just to take some of the chill off it. And I'll expand it that little bit just to make it that little bit easier for me to knock these bearings in. I made a little brass mandrel to put them in. The bearings go either way, they've got a seal on both sides. So that's a nice fit on the bearing. I should be able to tap it in up to that shoulder quite nicely. That bastard's warm. That's warm. Make sure you can. The camera gets a good shot of this going in. Right, that's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. That went in there really nicely. Better than I could have hoped for, really. Ah, it's warm, it's warm, it's warm. That job should be a good one. This is the viewer mail that came in last week. I've opened the box but I haven't actually gone through it and seen exactly what is there. Some of the stuff I'll use, some of the stuff I'll give away. If I've got doubles I'll give it away in me monthly giveaway. The first item here is a pipe bender. Now I have got a pipe bender but it's not as good as that one. So I'm going to keep that one and I'll give my pipe bender away. Whitworth die nuts. The full set. I have got Whitworth die nuts but I haven't actually got a set that I could call a set like that. There UNC and there BSF. Draper in the old days was quite good gear. They did make nice tools. So there's something I'll be going to keep and I'll definitely be going to use. Piece of white nylon or peripenco bar. I do use this all the time. Sometimes if I've got an object to make, I'll make one out of plastic just to prove the tooling, especially if I'm going to cut some threads. .13mm drill chuck, screw one. I have got 1 or 2 spare chucks, so once again that's something that'll be given away. I'm not just going to keep it in a drawer, it'll be given away. 2 pair of tweezers. You can only use one at a time, so once again I'll keep 1 pair and I'll give 1 pair away. Woodruff cutters, I've got 1 or 2, the ones I've got are both smaller than them. These appear to be brand new. I'll definitely be going to keep them. I know 1 or 2 of the miniature traction engine lads are often looking for these, so I'll possibly be able to lend them out. But they're definitely, they will get used. The things that are wrapped up now, I've got no idea what is in here at all. Certainly well wrapped up and well protected wherever they are. Right, obviously they're tops. BSP tops. BSP and another BSP. That's a mint of that one. I have got some BSP tops, so once again any spares will be given away. BSP die nuts, really handy. And that's another BSP. I haven't got one of them. 8x28. So they're going to be put to good use as well. Two nice files. A little bit of surface rust on, but they're brand new, they're nice and sharp. I do use files quite a lot. I quite enjoy using files, in fact. That's a latch for like pulling something shut, and that's the part it fastens onto. Yep, I'm sure I'll be able to find use for that somewhere to hold a box shut or something. Possibly on my little camper van as a box in the back where the gas bottle is. That would do nicely to keep it shut. Aluminium bar, always handy. Once again, I've got no idea at all what's in here. I do keep this paper as well. Ooh, they're nice. Slit and saws. I have got one or two slit and saws, but I can tell straight away these are sharper than mine. Mine have done a lot of work, so they'll be put to good use. I've got mandrels. I've made mandrels to fit the centres on most of them. That's a good chuck. Rome's a good make. I've heard of them before. A screw-on chuck. That's a screw-on chuck, that one. As is that one. Dear me. Chucks galore. That's quite a handy one. It's on a taper. One Morse taper. Japanese. Kawasaki. That's a nice little precision chuck. Yep, definitely that's a keeper. Metabo. That's a good make as well. It's not a cheap and cheery one. Excellent. Right. Now the last box. It says O-ring, and sure enough, it is an O-ring box. In metric, I've already got one, exactly the same set basically, so once again I'll give them away to somebody that can use them. So it's just time to say thanks once again for sending these things in. None of it will be sold, it'll be either given away, swapped, or I'll make good use of it. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I'd like to leave you on one other thought. Today's been a strange sort of day. My wife Deb and my sister-in-law Denise have been looking after Deb's mum for a long time now. She's had dementia, and this morning sadly she passed away peacefully at home with Deb and Denise both there. It's life, that's what happens. But what the point I like to make is, if your parents are still alive, or somebody's still alive you haven't seen for a long time, go and see them. It's important, very important. Anyway, thanks for watching.